Today's Dallas Cowboys mailbag is presented by True Classic Tees. I'm wearing one right now because they're super comfortable, and they actually fit me properly. 25% off when you use promo code CHAT, that's C-H-A-T, at trueclassictees.com/chat. That link in the comment section and in the description of today's show. From Mark, Brother Tom, how far away are we from child number 2? LOL. The dad bod's being hidden by the True Classic Tees, by the way. I know Jeremy wants to put hashtag babymaker in. Fine, do it. We're not that close. Not the priority right now, I promise you. Back to football. Matt Evans. I want to start by saying I'm not high on Mike McCarthy, but it's hard to overlook how he's done with backup QBs. 8-7, pretty good. Thoughts? Totally agree. I mean, I think that is the difference in someone like Jason Garrett versus Mike McCarthy. Years past, you'd been done. I think we're so trained to not winning games with a backup QB that we had low expectations. I know I certainly did. I think it is very fair to give McCarthy and company a lot of credit for finding ways to win football games without your QB, without your number 2 receiver for several games, your tight end 1 for a game, your number 1 left tackle, your number 1 left guard for a few games. You've been down a lot of key pieces, and you've still won football games. It's fine not to be all in on McCarthy. I get that. I know many of you want Dan Quinn, Sean Payton, whatever. That's all fair. But this area, Mike has done a fantastic job. Maybe he's not a good enough coach, but he's not a terrible head coach like, I don't know, Matt Rule or Urban Meyer. KK's Jr., after 4 games, predict the Cowboys record. Before the Tyron Smith injury, I had 11 wins. Then I was at 10. I kind of think right around there is where we're at. I really thought you're going to be in big trouble without Dak Prescott. You've won all 3 games entering your Rams matchup, which will be much tougher, by the way. I think you can win 10, 11 games still, and that is a playoff team in the NFC. So what do you guys think? Predict the Cowboys record for me in 2022. Remember, 17 games. Let me know in the comments. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there at the pinned comment while the ad plays and let me know what you think the Cowboys record will be this year. Kyle Donovan, a 20-piece. There we go. Do you think there will be a QB controversy when Dak returns from your friendly neighborhood Jags fan? Cheers, Tom. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you tuning in today. Sorry your Jags going to beat the Eagles. I blame the rain more than anything. No, there will not be. Unless Cooper Rush takes a significant step forward in his overall play, the individual play out of Cooper Rush is still not as good as the slump play from Dak Prescott last year. You can claim eye test if you disagree. I have my eye test and all of the numbers behind me. I think we should know which side comes out on top there. From Mark, my guy, out of Chihuahua Boo Boo. That's her pick. Aloha. Mark's told me some great message about his dog. Again, I'm sorry what ended up happening there to you, Mark. I'm very sorry, but you're an awesome Cowboys Report supporter. I can't thank you enough, Mark. You're my guy. All right, some more super chats coming in here from Yo Squiggly Man. I like Jeremy. I think he's a secret Cowboys fan. Why for yes and for no? Is Jeremy a secret Cowboys fan? Let me know in the comments section. From Mark, I don't get this BS QB controversy. Dak is the better QB. Gotta give a Super Bowl backup. You can win with an okay QB, good D, and no turnovers. Aloha. And Mark isn't as high on Dak as I am, and that's totally fine, by the way. But he's right. There isn't really a controversy. Last year, your offense in their slump was winning games with 23 points, 27 points, maybe 30 points if you got lucky. And that wasn't good enough last year. And now you're winning games with a less efficient offense against also bad football teams and going, see, Rush is better. The argument isn't based in anything reality beyond QB wins, which is also how you've discredited Dak Prescott. So it doesn't make sense to me. The arguments come from people who just don't like Dak. And that's fine. That can be your opinion. It's all good. But just admit you don't like Dak. I've seen comments of, Rush is better, I've never liked Dak. Kind of proving the point that it's not really based in reality there. Now, today's show is made possible by True Classic Tees. 25% off when you use promo code CHAT at trueclassictees.com/chat. I'm wearing one right now. They fit properly. They're not too tight around here, not too baggy up here. They just fit you the way T-shirts and polos should fit, whether you're a bigger guy or a slimmer guy. They take care of you. The hoodies, by the way, are fire. I love their shorts, super comfortable. Wide array of products at trueclassictees.com/chat. 25% off when you head over to trueclassictees.com/chat and use promo code chat. Links in the comments section and in the description. Stefanu at a $5. You also followed up, by the way, Jeremy. I just see it in there. Rush versus Daniel Jones before week 1. Now, be honest. So that was the second super that just came in from Stefan, so all the same there, I think, in the end. Week 1, Daniel Jones. Now, a lot closer. I thought DJ actually played okay against the Cowboys, but he had no chance with the offensive line. Rush won the game, played efficiently. I don't think either guy's your franchise QB. Can I take both over Wentz and call it even? Kind of the route I would go there. Fargate 01. With Gallup back and Dak coming back, I think Brown will be targeted a lot. Looks like he should be a big part of the offense. Dak really likes Noah Brown. Those two have always liked each other. Dak has always been a pro Noah Brown guy overall. I do think probably fewer targets. It's also a different role. Like, Gallup typically wins on the outside, vertically, downfield. It's not how Noah Brown has won quite as much. I think Lamb's your 1, Gallup's your 2, Brown's your 3. I still think Brown should be a part of this offense. Maybe in the Cedric Wilson-style role from last year. KG's Jr. Tom, be honest, who's better, Micah or Aaron Donald? If you're doing a fantasy draft and focusing beyond just this year or last year, taking Micah, right? Like, Aaron Donald probably has 2 or 3 years left. Like, Micah, in terms of like young defensive pieces, there's nobody I'd take because he has been so good so far, way beyond any realistic expectations. Jeremy. This is, you did put it there. You're the producer. You put it there. Oh, I didn't put it there. Evan Berryman. Tom, how hard is working with someone so intelligent and handsome like Jeremy, #babymaker? On to Hunter. Who are you taking? No. Very easy, Evan. From Hunter, who are you taking, Prime Aikman or Staubauch? The old debate. No wrong answer. I still take Roger myself. Not that I can remember him at all because, I wasn't old enough. But I think Roger, then Aikman. Both guys are Hall of Famers. The correct answer is yes for me. All right, RV3. How do you feel about the rotating of the offensive line? I hate rotating linemen. I get why they're doing it with Peters. Once he's in shape, it's got to end. I think the rotating linemen last year really hurt your offensive line's chemistry. Not as big of a deal now because I think Peters is better and you're winning games against lesser competition still. But, I do not like it from that standpoint. I hope it's fine now. Don't continue it once Peters is fully good to go. All right, pick the score for me of Cowboys versus the Rams. Let me know in the comments section who you think ends up winning this game, Cowboys or the Rams. Mark, not a fan of Dak, but you get to keep it real. Dak has the best chance to win. One of his team would have been saving cap space, trading Dak for picks like LA and Detroit did. So what's funny is the Rams last year were paying Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff way more than what Dak Prescott's costing you last year or this year. I think it was like Dak's last 2 years combined is either just below or at the same figure. So I get where you're coming from. I don't really think that has any impact. I would rather have the QB and figure out the rest later, because if you don't have that franchise guy, you're always going to end up being just a little bit short. From Mark, and just keeping Peters for one more year. I think he's one and done. He's old. I think he wanted one more year, and then he's going to retire. If he wants to play and plays well, sure. But I don't know if that's the route they're going to end up going. Maxter65, which player do you expect to take a step forward for the midseason mark? I'd like to say Jalen Tolbert. I think that'd be an ideal outcome. Or Tyler Smith plays even better as the year goes on. He's been much better than was at Tulsa, by the way, so far. How about Sam Williams making a big impact? That'd be awesome for the Cowboys. So any of those young guys, I'd love a step forward. Maybe Biotish, too, would be a big deal for you. We will be live once again on Sunday. Cowboys versus the Rams. It's our watch party. We'll crack some beers, do some shots, have some fun right here on the Cowboys Report. Producer Jeremy will be there as well for that watch party. Make sure you guys tune in, hit that big red button, and subscribe. From KK's Jr., is Donovan Wilson really that good? Wilson is, yes. I think that we kind of forgot in 2021 how good it was. Remember, entering that year, we're like, Wilson is safety one. He's got to be the guy, right? And then he kind of got hurt and didn't play that well, and it was kind of like he's okay. Then Kearse gets hurt, and he reminds us all how good he is. So, is he a top 5 safety? No, but he's a very good one. From Chris Snow, if Zeke doesn't have 1,000 yards this year, does he get cut next year? I wouldn't necessarily just follow the total yardage. He had 1,000 yards last year, right? But he's averaging sub 4 yards per carry, thanks in part to not having much success against a good Commanders front, just 2.6 yards per carry there. If Zeke does not have a great year, he's in the Tank Lawrence camp of he will not be back at his current contract. Let's put it that way. Chifedo Garcia, we need to run the ball out of 3 receiver sets, run the ball in shotgun, but stupid Kellen Moore calls run plays with 1 receiver on the field. Kellen Moore is stupid. I actually kind of agree with my friend here. In general, you have more success when you spread your offense out and run the football. It pulls your corners and safeties and even your linebackers sometimes away from the offensive line, and you can run the ball with more space up the middle if you're going to do that. If you're going to run the ball with heavy sets, going out wide tends to result. Not always, but typically results in better success. So I agree. I thought last week the Cowboys kind of regressed to their run the ball up the middle, the offensive strategy, which I don't like. Get it wide. It worked really well earlier this year. Let's talk O-line for a second. In the event that Tyron Smith comes back this year, which I am unconvinced he will, should he start or is he a backup? Now, this is a future Tom problem, a future Cowboys problem, but I want to hear your opinions. Should Tyron Smith start at left tackle if he comes back? Y for yes, N for no. From Michael, who makes the all-NFC East team, offense and defense. All right, Hurts, Saquon, probably got to go A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith as your receivers, probably Dallas Goedert at tight end, Zach Martin at right guard, and then Andrew Thomas at left tackle, and then the rest of the Eagles' offensive line, right? Defensively, Micah, Tank. I mean, yeah, the Commanders' offense hasn't done anything all year. Tank, and then Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Kind of sorry, Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, etc. I kind of think Vander Esch at linebacker. Brian Micah Kaiser, or not Micah Kaiser, Kaiser White has been good at linebacker. Darius Slay, if healthy. Trayvon Diggs, pick a nickel, I guess. Probably, I don't know, AB. I don't know if he can play nickel. Donovan Wilson and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Johnson can keep me my nickel. I'll cheat there. And I'll go, I don't know. How's Julian Love played? Maybe go hooker still at safety. I think that's the route. And Maher's your kicker. From Joseph Avila, what do you think we're going to do with Dalton Schultz? Trade, walk, or extend? You're not going to trade him. He's a franchise tag only option next year, so you're not going to tag and trade. That's too complicated. Teams don't go that route. I would not be surprised if it's a franchise tag for one more year and then he walks, which I don't think is the use of your cap, but that's just me. KK, thoughts on Noah Brown? Really impressed. Brown has exceeded any and all expectations this year. He has been a baller this season in terms of expectations. Very pleased there. Truly AJ, question for Jeremy. Would you rather have Parsons or Fletcher Cox? Be honest, Jeremy.
Okay.
And it's not like historically, it's just right now. Who would you rather have?
I mean, obviously Micah Parsons.
Okay.
I mean,
good answer.
I mean, you look at it, and they play 2 totally different positions. One's a defensive tackle and one's an edge rusher linebacker duo. But I mean, yeah, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Yeah.
Good job, Jeremy.
I
being
mean,
truthful on that.
Yeah. I gotta be truthful. Yeah.
All right. From Ryan Hunter, then we'll get to the super chat and call it here. What should the Cowboys do with Zeke? Should Pollard become a starter? Should we trade or cut Zeke? I think he found a nice balance, more so week 3 than week 4 of Zeke and Pollard. Let's say Zeke continues to be good. Like, let's say he has 1,000 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, right? Same as last year. No one's trading for him. So it's cut or restructure at that point. Also, Pollard's a free agent. Your running back room might look very different next year. $10 super from GH24 to wrap things up. I asked CF2 this. Let's say, hypothetically, Tyron gets healthy, doesn't retire, and Tyler still balls out at tackle. Wouldn't it be crazy having Tyler at guard and Tyler Smith at tackle? So Tyron Smith at left guard, Smith at left tackle. Tyron Smith is old, and I wonder if it's mid-season, I wonder if he's your swing, if he's just your backup. It's a future Tom problem for sure. That's why I had the question earlier. Like, how do you get your best 5 out there? Healthy Tyron is your best 5, but can he play elsewhere other than left tackle? And with the future to be now with Tyler Smith, it's a really good question. Do you try him at right tackle over Terrence Hill's been a decent player for you lately? So it's a really complicated question, and I don't know if Tyron Smith comes back. I said it before the year began. I think this is it. I think he's going to retire after this year. I think if he doesn't, want to play in Dallas, it's playing nowhere. I don't think he wants to play anywhere else. If your questions were not answered, it's all good. DM me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. My DMs are open for that exact reason. I'm on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney.